Hey guys, it's your girl Shalae and I'm back to share how I paid off $83,000 of student loan debt in 5 months. OMG! Before we begin, today's video is sponsored by Babbel, the #1 language and learning app in the world. Babbel is different to other apps or learning methods. They prepare you for situations that you may actually encounter in real life. And considering that I just paid off $83,000 of student loan debt, I see a few vacations in my near future. Can we say petty? Oui. So I am in need of a foreign language refresher course. Now guys, Babbel is super easy to navigate and it focuses on helping you learn. So that means there is no ads. It's free of ads compared to other apps, and the courses are great. They help you build upon the basics. So they help you with ordering food, communicating with your family, or even making plans, which is perfect for when you're traveling or you just want self-improvement. Head to my link below right now and get 50% off 6 months for a limited time only. That's right. Click the link in the description box below and you're in just like that. Alright guys, so just to give you a little bit of background history, on February 3rd of this year, I released a video titled How I Paid Off $90,000 of Student Loan Debt in 11 months, and the response was bananas. Oh my gosh, you guys were so intrigued that my student loan debt journey was not your typical journey. So I highly suggest that you start with that video first. It will be linked in the cards above as well as in the description box below. Now at the end of that video, I had a special response. Actually, you know what? Let's roll the clip. Let's see what I stated at the end of the video. Hit it. Now all I owe is $80,000. Like, I am completely debt free except for my house and the $80,000 of student loans. And so if I paid off $90,000 in 1 year, what do you think I'm trying to do this year? What do you think? Do you think I'm just about to vacation? No, I want to pay off. And if we can pay off $80,000 this year, then what do you think I'm gonna try to do next? Pay off my house. So it gives you that momentum. It gets it going for you. All right guys, so you heard it with your own 2 ears. At the end of that video, I stated that I was going to pay off $80,000 of student loan debt this year. And that is tip #1. You have to believe that it is possible. Now guys, I'm going to be honest with you. That is the hardest thing to do, but that's exactly what it takes. There cannot be any room for any doubt, any uncertainty, even when the odds look stacked against you. When I recorded that video back in February, which is 6 months to the day, my circumstances did not indicate that I would be able to pay off an additional $80,000 for this year. Like, guys, let that marinate. An additional $80,000. Now, of course, my hours were cut at work due to everything that is going on, but I believe that I would become debt-free this year. And so that is tip #1, guys. You have to believe that it is possible for you, even when it doesn't look as if it can happen. You have to believe that it's possible. And you know what? Once you already believe it, consider it done and get to work. And that's exactly what I did. Immediately upon releasing the video, I started to take action. And that is tip #2. Take action, guys. I started researching different debt consolidation programs. I started reading articles that showed me how to eliminate debt a lot quicker. And upon doing this research, I discovered that there was a program by Navy Federal Credit Union that allowed you to pay your student loan debt off in 5 years at a super low interest rate. So you already know what I did. On February 10th, I applied for the program and I was approved, or we'll say I was pre-approved. Pending that I submit my documentation of my work history, I would be able to pay off my student loans in 5 years at an interest rate of only about 2%. Now guys, I thought I hit the jackpot, right? 2% interest rate. Whoa, where did this come from? I was super ecstatic. Now, I really wanted to pay my student loans off a little bit quicker. We know the goal is to pay them off this year, and 5 years isn't bad, right? I can still live my life and I can have low monthly payments, but I really wanted it done this year. So I started to gather my documentation, and before I submitted it, I thought it would be wise if I consult with some of my friends just to get their opinion and talk to my husband about it, because I did not want to make this decision without consulting my husband. After all, it's going to be 5 years of these student loan payments, even though it's at a small interest rate. So that's exactly what I did, guys, and that is your next tip. Tip number 3 is to seek counsel or advice from qualified professionals. I have a soldier in my unit that works in the collections department of Navy Federal Credit Union, and I thought it would be wise to get his opinion on me pursuing their student loan debt consolidation program. So with my upcoming drill in March 7th and 8th to be exact. Now guys, these dates are an important part of the story. We know that on February 10th, I applied for it, and now it is March 7th, and I'm consulting my soldier about pursuing the student loan debt consolidation program with his bank. And guess what he states? He advised me against it. He said, no, stay exactly where you're at, Shalae. So I'm like, what? He said, currently your student loans are federally funded, and that comes with a lot of incentives. If you do decide to go with my bank, while I would love to have your business, your student loans now become part of a private entity, which means you do not qualify for those incentives that may go on with the federally funded programs. So at this point, I'm like, whoa, okay. I know I did not want to wait 5 years to pay off my student loans, but I had made amends with it. Like, I was at peace with that decision. But now I have a soldier that's advising me like, no, do not pursue it. Keep doing what you're doing. It made me think. And so I went home. I discussed it with my husband. My husband was in agreement for me to continue to pursue the debt consolidation program. But guys, I must admit, something did not feel right within my spirit. And so, long story short, I declined the offer. Now guys, remember, it is March 7th and 8th. So that Monday on March 9th, I'm getting all of these notifications like, hey, you're almost at the end of your 30 days, or this is your 30-day reminder. We need your documentation or you're not going to be approved. And guys, I declined it. I did. Now, we all know what rocked our world in March, correct? We know. Well, on March 27th, do you know what happened? Maybe you do. Let me just refresh your memory. On March 27th, the CARES Act was passed. Now, we know part of this act, it had for all federal student loans would be interest-free until September 30th, 2021. Guys, if I had committed to that deal back in February, I would not have qualified for interest-free until September. Even though it was a low interest rate I would be receiving, what is a low interest rate compared to 0% interest? A goose egg. So that's why it's so important to seek advice from qualified professionals. Guys, even though I was back at square one, I was back at square one with interest free, okay? And even though the world was in turmoil and my circumstances did not still seem promising, I vowed that I would still remain positive every step of the way. And that was with my actions, with my speech. And that is tip number 4. Tip number 4 is to speak it into existence. Guys, on April 1st, 2020, I posted a status on Facebook. And this status stated, things that remain true this month. You are loved. Every day is still brand new. Tomorrow could still surprise you. You are still learning new things. You are not defined by what you did not achieve. As long as you are still breathing, there's still much more to come. Hello, April. Guys, you have to learn how to speak things into existence of what you want, and you would be surprised on how your attitude affects your altitude. When you post, whether it's good or bad, it has power, guys. The Facebook posts, the YouTube comments, the gossip, the slander, nothing is exempt. Let's say that again. Nothing is exempt. Guys, everything we speak, everything we think, everything we do, it attests to the abundance of what our heart brings. Or you may have heard it this way: out of the abundance of the heart, the spirit, the mouth speaks. You've heard that, right? I'm sure you have. So in my post, one of the key things that I stated was that tomorrow could still surprise you. And that's exactly what happened for the month of April. Now, guys, I say this in the most humble way possible. I do not want you to think that I am bragging, but in the month of April, I made the most amount of money I've ever made in my entire life. Like even more than my yearly salary. Now, I'm going to share those details in a later video, but we all know that I am on YouTube, and the month of April was my highest month ever. Now, let's not forget the overarching message, okay? It's not about the money at this point, all right? The overarching message is this: you have to learn to speak things into existence. I believed it was possible, and it happened. So you have to watch what comes out of your mouth on a daily basis. That is the overarching message. Your words have energy. They have power. They come with the ability to help, to heal, to hinder, to harm, to humiliate, to humble. Choose wisely what you are saying, okay? Let's go on to the next tip. Tip number 5 is to have patience. When you're actively seeking change, pursuing any type of goal, trying to pay off your student loans, guys, there is no shortcut to success. There are lucky breaks that may happen. Of course, these breaks happen though after you have properly prepared, you strategize, you vision, you went to these lunches. After you have started putting in the work is when you may get a lucky break. And that's exactly what happened to me with my YouTube channel. Guys, I have been on YouTube for 5 years, and in the month of April was the time that it kicked off. And I was prepared. I was waiting for 5 years. I had posted videos with little to no views. So when my channel exploded, I was ready for takeoff, okay? I buckled up my seatbelt and I was ready to go. But it takes years of networking. It takes years of connections to bring a legacy, to bring that goal to pass. And it only takes a minute for you to be inspired. So it's super easy for us to have the inspiration, but for us to make it happen, it may take a few years. Now, I say all that to say this. Whatever you are trying to pursue with your student loans, guys, it may not happen tomorrow. It may not happen next year. It may not even happen 5 years from then. But I promise you, if you put in the work, you will be ready when it does happen. So what is next, right? What is next for me? Since I am $83,000 lighter, what's next for me? So what is next for me? I am going to sign up for Babbel and learn a foreign language. I plan to travel the world, and I'm going to pay off my house and become a landlord. That's right, guys. I want to buy or purchase a lot of rental properties, and I want to become a mother. Yeah, I am going to have a little one. Guys, I'm doing it again. I am doing it again. I am manifesting the next phase of my life. And you're hearing it here first, right? It only took me 5 months the first go round, so I'm excited to see how long it takes me this next go round. But I assure you, anything that you want in this life, if you believe it, you can have it. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you want from your life? How much do you owe on your student loans? And sign up for Babbel today and get 50% off 6 months for a limited time only. Click the link down in the description box. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.